Welcome back to the Florida CME Group here in Chicago. December 21st, we are getting close to Christmas Day here, although it feels like Groundhog Day. I'm Jeff Kilberg, better known in these parts as Killer from Treasury Curve. Treasury Curve is an institutional money market portal. We assist firms in their overnight cash management. Now let's get into the CMZ zone here now in Chicago with the Florida CME Group. I spoke briefly, yesterday about these new highs and this continued bid. It is producing an environment. It feels like Groundhog Day. We had another new high in the mini S&P, another new high in the NASDAQ, another new high in the Dow. 52-week all-time highs here for this year. Impressive move up, but it kind of feels like, go back to my Notre Dame football days. It kind of feels like the quarterback's taking a knee. The game's over, and no one really wants to play anymore. So we're going to kind of just run out the clock a little bit here this last week. Very low volume, which actually produces an environment to be a little moved around, a little more bully than usual. Currently today, we have some more Fed buybacks in the Treasury market, so we saw a little bit of bid. They're kind of whipping around a little bit. The Fed's actually, concealed their exact timing a little bit by having two buybacks, one cutting off at 10 a.m. and one at 2 p.m. So that gives them a little bit more discretion in the market, which I think is good for them. On Tuesday, they the market made the Fed buy the high tick again, but we can talk about that later. But I think that big level in the 10-year, rejected. That's where that last leg down from that last, anaconda squeeze was 120.25 level. We broke down from there. After yesterday, I was talking about that level, and it was a key level, and it broke down. Overnight, we're kind of looking at 119.31 to 120.01.5. The 30-year overnight low, 120.22, 121.14 high. I think that was one of the higher prices the Fed was buying during that collection there. The Fed's involved. Be mindful, be careful. Low volume, choppy. It's a whipsaw right there. So these are the markets you'd be very, very swift and nimble in. S&P, another new high. Tremendous move. We're up 7% in December. 7%. It's remarkable. That weekly pivot has climbed up a little bit more at 1236, but with a new high of 1248.75, I think you have to be mindful. It looks like they're going for that resistance I spoke earlier about, that 1254 level. That 1258 should be a good cap. Can we get there? It seems like we can get there pretty easily the way this market goes up every day. Euro currency, first time it's settled underneath that 200-day moving average in a long time. It popped up overnight, touched 131.99. It's come off since, basically flat on the day. So I think if it stays under that 200-day at 131.19, it's going out back and fill, like I said previously, to 129.63. I'm Jeff Kilberg from Treasury Curve, and before I go give my typical be the hammer, not the nail, I want to introduce a friend and a colleague, Peter Yastrow. Peter, can you join us for some thoughts today? Be the hammer, not the nail.
This market's more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory. It's year-end and everyone wants to keep it slow and they want to take it easy, but with some of the problems that are brewing, most notably in Europe, everyone's watching the euro currency and waiting to see if it spills over. Now we have France on the hot seat as they start to look ready for a downgrade. Clearly, the market's being driven by fear. The buying in the Treasury curve and the move into dollars is all a fear trade. And I'd say that at this time of year right now, with the books closing and people trying to be very defensive, it really puts this market in a situation where you don't want to be involved unless you have to.